two. Hold on. Yeah, it was camera one, camera two. Let's see here. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Fall River Media News. I'm your host, Dave Mead. Tonight, I just the reason why I came on is the reason why I came on to a little while ago is because I saw something on Facebook about the shooting that happened, and just wanted to come on and and talk about it, and because um, these things been happening frequently, a lot. You know, these shootings in the college, but I just wanted to find out. It happened at the FSU shooting. Less than one dead, six injured, and suspect is he's in custody. But I just wanted to actually talk about it a little bit. Let me pull up the article, and we can get down to business here a little bit. And the son of a local sheriff's deputy allegedly opened fire near the student union in Florida at the Florida State University and Tallahassee on Thursday, killing two people and injuring six others, the authorities said. The suspect is a 20-year-old Phoenix Anyai, a current FSU student, was shot responders was shot by responders and has been hospitalized by police. Said he was taken into custody with a non-life threatening injuries, but multiple law enforcement officials told NBC News it is the son of a current Lone County Sheriff's deputy, according to the sheriff Walter Max Snell. He had access to one of his mother's personal weapons, which was one of the weapons was found on the scene. The sheriff said it appears had a handgun and a shotgun with him, police said. The suspect's mother has been a deputy with the department for more than 18 years, and her service to a community has been especially said. But the suspect was also a long-standing member of the Lone County Sheriff's Office Youth Advocacy Council. And yeah, that's terrible. You know what I'm saying? So that is terrible. When somebody grabs somebody's when you're stealing your mother's gun, and you got a shotgun, and you go and shoot up a bloody school. You know what I'm saying? In Texas, I mean, that's a shame. It's awful. Hello, Nick. I know, and Patrick. How you doing, guys? It's a shame. You know what I'm saying? And this is why that they want to take our guns away. You know what I'm saying? Because of stuff like this that happens. You know what I'm saying? Try to make that make sense a little bit. But I mean, that's what it is. And I also want to let you guys know that I spoke to the security guard today at the bus terminal. He's okay. He was at work. He was at work, and he said it was okay. So I mean, hey, things happen. When you get students, out of control the way they do. Families are looking to turn the death of a Fall River-born 18-year-old into positive. So yeah, And so, let's see what else is going on here tonight. I also have another guest coming on next Wednesday. And so next Wednesday, there's going to be another guest coming on. And then I have also, and Elisa every second of the month. So I also have her every second of the month. And so I just wanted to let you guys know that because let's see. So, but I just basically just don't understand. So with all that being said, so I just don't understand why this kid, took his modification songs every second of. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, so I just wanted to, come on, because, why did this kid, take this? So why did this kid, take his mother's handgun and the shotgun and decide to go and shoot up a college in Tallahassee, Texas? You know what I'm saying? So there might have been something going on with him. You know what I'm saying? So and but I don't know yet until until they're done with their investigation, and then and I will and I will talk about it a little bit more. So it's here. But in the meantime, I'm gonna try to find something here to talk about. So in the meantime, I'm gonna try to see here. Try to find something else to talk about. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about this. The ruling from the Supreme Court, and it says that the illegal definition of a woman, some are born biblically females, is the latest high-profile action involving the issue of legal recognized giving transgender people the spectrums of protection is around the world, ranging wildly. Yeah, in the same country, trans people have no protection at all. Well, I mean, yeah. Hey, look at hey, I'm just a independent news media, so be with me a little bit on this one. And the decision in the UK Supreme Court revoked around Act, which is barred discriminations along protecting categories including age, race, and sex. The court's ruling said that the proposal of the act definition of a woman is someone born biblically a female, which includes transgender people. I don't know how true that is. I mean, so I'm just reading what the Supreme Court said in the UK. Changing rooms and homeless shelters kept from the group like of those offering medical counseling and services only for women. But the ruling is also said that the decision didn't mean transgender people were without any legal protection because of Equality Act is also genders triggerment as a protect category. Supporters of this woman, Scotland, and the groups brought in a suit celebrated this decision, while the advocates for the transgenders' rights called it a setback. I don't even know what the hell that means. A setback. But well, that's not what I want to get into. That was something. That was something else. Let's see here. Let me see what's going on. I want to talk about something nice today. Uh, so yeah, the guy's, the guy that shot up the school, the deputy's son that shot up the school. Yeah, he's in custody right now, and pending an investigation. And we can see, what else is going on here. So, Americans first week, Thursday is April 17th, 2025. U.S. Let's talk about this one. I like talking. Wait. Let's talk about this one. Let's see here. The judge Lonnie Brickman said that Google has harmed an polisher customer of the competitive process of the consumer online information. So, plaintiff of a proven that Google has willfully engaged in a serious act in quality, maintain moody of power. I don't even know what these people are talking about half the time. Alphabet Highway. Well, I mean, yeah. So Alphabet Highways. I got to find out who is this guy, and I got to get this guy on my show. And let's, like I said, if anybody wants to, come on my show, they can send me the email. I'll send them the link, and and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. We can talk about politics. We can talk about, the crimes that are going on here in the city. And we can talk about anything you want, I mean, so, okay. For educational is live here. So we're going to be the Fall River School Committee is currently executive session. Please stand by. So yeah, so the school committee's on. So we are going to listen to what the school committee has to say when they come back. So I'm going to share that video to my wall. Let's see. Hold on here a second. Oh.
Yes, executive session.
All right. They went back into executive session. So Mr. Pereira, once again, embarrassment herself. They always want to shut down the people that wants to ask questions. They always want to shut down the people that ask questions. We need to know about these issues. And he should definitely have a backup attorney, if even more ridiculous. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what Coogan does. That's what Coogan does. I'm saying they go in executive session because they don't want to even hear about what the people, what we have to say. I'm saying so. Executive session. Yeah, so I gotta wait until they come back. So I'm gonna push this over to my wall, my Facebook wall. Flip the table. That's what they do all the time. Mr. Pereira once again embarrasses himself. Yep. So it is even more ridiculous than they can schedule meetings and let the attorneys in need about legal matters. Yeah. Yeah. That's what the school department does. know what I'm saying? You know, and with all that cyber stuff going on at Durfee High School, and yeah, so that's all that cyber security. Hackers got in, and I heard it today. It was on Channel 10. The hackers got in there, and they did something, and I don't know how much they stole, but yeah, they got something in there. So Boomer Amro, yeah, Congressman, actual former member Paul Coogan, yeah. So I'm gonna wait until they come back. They should be back soon from the executive sessions. Um, Bill O'Reilly says that Trump is just told him very good news about coming soon for America and is never um, miss. Fall seniors can be getting a high speed internet for 10 if they lie. Wife of a man detained by immigration agents in New Bedford saying that they have the wrong person. They have the wrong person.
An immigration agent smashing a car window in New Bedford before forcibly detaining the Guatemalan man who was inside. But his lawyers say he isn't even the man that agents were looking for. Thank you for joining us. I'm David Wade.
And I'm Lisa Hughes. Tonight, the man's wife tells WBZ's Tammy Mutasa it was a terrifying confrontation with federal officers.
Tonight, the detained man's wife is really worried, saying her husband should be home with his family, not locked up. She was with him when their attorney says he was wrongfully taken by ICE. As terrifying as this moment was for Marilu to see ICE agents smash her husband's car window and forcibly grab him in front of her.
Yeah, that is
What's more upsetting is where Juan Francisco Mendez is now, locked up in a Dover, New Hampshire facility.
I can't reach it. It's up by her.
His attorney says federal agents took the wrong person in a case of mistaken identity. Marilu recounting the confrontation with her neighbor translating.
Cómo reaccionar en ese momento, no hay cómo. Sí.
In that moment, she was very shocked. She didn't know what to do, what to think. She was just there, just terrified.
Marilu says when the agents came up to the car, they asked for a man named Antonio who used to live in their building. But the family kept telling agents that wasn't him. But by the time their attorney arrived on scene, Mendez was already detained and no word from ICE on what charges he faces.
They said they were looking for a certain individual by a different name. And I said, that's not my client. He said, he has prior entries to this country. I said, that's not true. I know my client's history. That is not him.
The 29-year-old has no criminal record. Rather, he's waiting for his final documentation to solidify his asylum status. Marilu and their 9-year-old son are protected under asylum status after persecution in their home country of Guatemala.
They came to this country to live what they believed was the American dream, to work hard. And all of their dreams and hard work is now they see for nothing.
Now the Mendez family is left in limbo, wondering if their husband and father is ever coming home.
Mucho por su papá.
She's trying her best to be strong for her son because her son keeps on asking where his dad is.
We have reached out to ICE to get more information about this arrest, but we're still waiting to get more details. In New Bedford, Tammy Mutasa, WBZ News.
All right, Tammy, thank you.
An Ohio judge stormed out of the courtroom and chased a black woman. On September 4, 28-year-old Cassandra Jackson was in the process of filing for a protective order, but court staff told her she had missed the 8 a.m. deadline to file for a protective order. Jackson was so angry she argued with the staff in the hallway and then left in a rage. Judge Michael Bachman, who was inside the courtroom and heard the argument, stepped outside, pointed his finger at her, and followed her. When Bachman finally caught up with Jackson, he ordered her to return to the courtroom, But on the way back, Jackson tried to run away, and Bachman grabbed her by the neck and shoulders and took her to the courtroom and sat her in the jury box. Jackson, a 28-year-old black woman, said she thought Bachman was there to help her. Instead, Bachman sentenced her to 10 days in jail for contempt of court and disorderly conduct.
Wow.
After Jackson was sentenced to jail, another judge released her 2 days later. Judge Michael Bachman, on the other hand, was forced to resign for misbehaving in his own courtroom. Get your ass back here!
Wow.
Did you hear the news?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you, okay, wow. Why did you play the report on your show? If you wanted to hear that, we would listen to them. Well, it's just that I was just looking for something on my I'm just looking for something here so to talk about. Let's see here. What can we talk about? Let's see here. All right, Scott. John Pacheco's on. What's happening? I don't, John. What is happening? Doge has pushed agencies to turn over the dates and final undocumented immigration. Let's see here. A personal data suspect immigration that is normally protected is now being handed over at the request of the U.S. Doge Service and the Trump administration searching for documents. Immigration federal agents are being pressed by the United States Doge Service officials to hand over personal data on where individuals work, studies, and live. Well, as Doge is in enduringly pursuit of its mission to remove undocumented immigrants from the federal housing and employment, and the pressure is on for federal agencies like Social Security Administrations, Internal Revenue Services, and education departments who have been asked to release personal information on individuals that are normally protected on the government, and finally doing what it should have all along, sharing information across the federal government and solving problems. And the Department of Homeland Security officials told Washington Post last week, and the Social Security Administration submitted a name and Social Security numbers over 6,000 mostly Latinos immigration into a database using the track dead people for the immigration who entered the U.S. are now prohibited from receiving benefits and employment statuses. Doge is officially having spent the past several weeks digging from information like full names and social security numbers and data of date of birth, mailing addresses, contact information, bank details, and more undercover citizen status. Information sharing by across the agencies external to identify who is in our country, including violent criminals, and determine what policies say public safety and terror and threats may exist. Scrub these individuals from voters' rolls, as well as identify what public benefits these aliens are using to taxpayers' expense, said the Assistant Secretary of Public Affairs by the Affairs at the DHS. We should get rid of the DHS. That's what we should get rid of. Tax information. Those searches for nearly 7 million people suspected of residing in these United States legally, individuals who have reports their information for years have recently had their dates returns overdue to legal immigration speculations. According to legal experts, by sharing individual data, by breaching to privacy, and violating the rules that has been established to ensure trust government programs and service. A March announcement by the Department of Housing and Urban Development Secretary Scott Turner revealed an agreement between the Department of Homeland Security to examine where the taxpayers funded housing programs are being used to harbor benefit legal aliens. Cities that 42 billion in cost supports 59% of immigrants of households on welfare and 24,000 in liable residents and HUD assistance and housing. Secretary of Homeland Security Chris Noem said the entire government will work together to identify abuse and exploitations of public benefits and making sure that these in this country illegally are not receiving federal benefits or other financial achievements to stay legally. If you are a legal immigrant, you should leave now. Additionally, Doge staff makes Sky is leading an effort to ban undocumented immigrations from leaving the U.S. citizens of other liable families members. At the Education Department, Doge is officially are pushing for information on potential deportees through the administration February investigation for 5 universities handling an allegation regarding Israel wars in Gaza. The attorneys were ceased to request protesters' names and the nationalities from involving situations with the White House officials. Max Eden suggests that the December easy that the Department of Civil Rights Office obtained the identities of every single foreign student who supported the protest immigration. The authorities could then revoke the visas for any foreign student protester. As President Donald Trump attempts to make the most deportations in U.S. history, he has already responded. Families, detention centers, transports migrants to a former prison for suspected terrorism and invoked the Alien Enemy Act of 1798. Wow, that is pretty good. I like that one. Let's see here. Let's see what this says here.
This morning, the IRS.
Let's see what's going on here. Barnum History wants to act on all this. Well, I mean, all right. So now let's go back to Moore Healey. Okay, Governor Moore Healey. You remember how first when President Donald Trump got into office, and he, this is what he said he was going to do. You know what I'm saying? He was going to get ICE to go arrest these illegal aliens. So that's what he did. So I mean, but Governor Moore Healey, she's still she's still holding on to them. She does not want to agree to the deportation of these illegal aliens. Okay, I mean, she just don't want to, and it's pretty sad that when you when the president of the United States says, well, um, it's either if there any governors are holding on, okay, to any illegals, aliens, they're going to be subject to an arrest. Okay, so this is that too. Let me see here. Scott wanted to say something here. I saw Jared Carson taking videos of all the workers that at Fall River DCM was doing today. I don't know. I mean, go ask him. You know. So yeah, well, that's fine. Let me see what else is going on here. I think I saw Paul Coogan driving street sweeper. Yeah, you get over that in a hurry. Which is sidewalks work done today. Yeah, you know something though. The only reason why the only reason why they're trying to get the sidewalks done and the streets done because we know it's election day. Okay, if it wasn't election, guess what would happen? They wouldn't even bother with the sidewalks and streets and potholes and whatever. They wouldn't even bother with that. So I mean, let's see. Oh, can we deport? Well, yeah, if you want to deport more Healy, you can. Whatever. We want her out of office anyways. So what's the point? You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's not for the people. You see, there is housing in New Orleans. They call it Rising Sun. Nice. Let's see what else is going on here. Why do you play other reports by you on your show? If you want to hear what we would listen to them. Well, I usually do. I played a little bit of the news. Um, let's see here. Okay, that's enough. Let's see what's going on there. I think I saw Paul Coogan driving a sweet sweeper. Yeah. Yeah, Paul Coogan driving a sweet sweeper. Yeah, sure. Can we deport more Hilly? Yeah. Well, that's Garland for you. Funny as hell. When he puts that stuff up there. Hello, Nick. Because Nick's always coming on. I mean, it's Alphabet Hathaway. Hello. If anybody wants to come on my show, I mean, they can send me a link and they can send me their email and and I will send them the link. You know, because I'm starting to get people on my show. Instead of them calling into my show, I want them to come on live on my show. You know what I'm saying, you know, and we can talk. We can get down to business. There is housing in New Orleans. It's called Rising Sun. Let me see here. Video. Yeah. See, she's left out. She left out the man. Oh boy, people, man. Oh, lovely people, crazy. Uh, Globe Street. Yeah. Yeah, so I just I'm going to look for more stuff to talk about here a little bit. But I mean, I just wanted to, come on and, you know, and share and share my and share what I think, you know, um, about the shooter that happened in the college in Texas. So, but but I'm gonna wait though, and see, how the investigation comes out. And if I do see how the investigation comes out, then I will be talking. I'll be talking about more of that. And so the Karen Reed case, um, the Karen Reed jury selection retrial, too, as well. I'll be following that because I know that I've been talking about that for a very long time. And so I've been talking about that for a very long time. Oh, oh, you want me to say something about Harrison Street? Did you even find out why the cops were on Harrison Street yesterday? Well, I mean, again, I'm going to say this. Um, my son, okay, his grandfather called him up, wanted to go to church with him. So my son went. And so the grandfather said that there was a bunch of cops on Harrison Street, so he couldn't get up there. So he had my stepson meet him down the road. So I went outside and I saw the police officers outside, and and I saw the woman sitting down on the ground. The police officer was talking to her, couldn't hear what was going on. Then I saw the other police officer in Mario's parking lot, and he had his hands up in the air like you see in the picture, and because the police officer was searching him, so I don't know. It's something happened. I don't know, but you know how people like to talk, so and I'll find out, and I'll let you know what I found out. Okay, sound fair to you? Okay, I appreciate it. So yeah, so I'll find out what happened. You know, and yeah, so I'll find out because people like to go like this a lot. You know what I'm saying? So this is Fall River for you. What do you want? Um, so I just want to also let you know that it's a good thing. It's a good thing I didn't go to Boston Sunday, really, because I'm going to tell you what. If I would have went to Boston, I probably my wife and I would have been stuck up there in Boston. So because the trains were delayed from in Boston and out of Boston. The trains were delayed, and that was like pretty horrible, man. Good thing I didn't go, but I'm going up there on the 22nd, on the 27th, and and let's hope and cross fingers that the let's let's cross fingers that that the trains don't get stuck. America should be happy by the MS-13 member who of the streets and talk about that though. So why would they want to? Why would they want to release from Salvador? Okay, the MS-13, the guy that killed his mother. Kills people. Why would they? Why would they want to release that? Release him from prison. I think they should keep him in prison. That's my that's my point. You know what I'm saying? So And I'm gonna look up that article because there's something really not right. Yeah, let's see. 13. Give me a moment here. I'm gonna look that up. Kim Walls Grace by MS-13 was illegally. Let me see this. What is what you know about Kimmel Brago Grace as MS-13 allegation here? The case of Kimmel Brago Grace, a 29-year-old from El Salvador who was deported from the U.S. in March, has prompted a legal showdown over the administration immigration policies. The judge, all the way up in the U.S. Supreme Court, have ruled that Mr. Abrego Grace was deported in an era that the U.S. government should help facilitate this return to his home in Maryland. But the White House has access Mr. Abel's Grace of being a member of the traditional Salvador gang MS-13, designated foreign terrorist organization, saying that he will never live in the U.S. again. Mr. Abago Grace denies he is a member of the gang, and he has not been convicted of any crime. So why are they holding this guy? You know what I'm saying? This is him right there. He's from El Salvador. You know what I'm saying? He's a member of the MS-13 gang. So BCC verifies the exam of the court documents and public records to determine what now and what is still unknown about Mr. Barago Grace and his alleged ties to the MS-13. What do we know about alleged MS-13 links? So, Mr. Abigail Grace has not acknowledging entering the U.S. legally in 2012, according to the court documents. But in March of 2019, this is it right here, was detained along with 3 other people in Hyattsville, Maryland, in the car park of a Home Depot. Officers of Prince George County Police Department said that the men were loitering and subsequently identified Mr. Abogado Grace and 2 of the other members of the MS-13s in a document titled that the gang fled interview sheets and local police details of their observation. They said that Mr. Abogado Grace was wearing a Chicago Bulls hat and a hoodie with a roll of a money covering of his eyes, ears, and mouth of the presence on the separate detention. Officers claimed that the clothes was indicated of Hispanic gang culture, and wearing the Chicago Bulls hat presented that they are a member in a good standing with the MS-13. 7 Dudley, and journalist and author who had spent years studying the MS-13 gang, said that it's true that some point, Chicago Bull logos were the horns becoming a stand of short of the MS-13 Devil Horns symbol, but wearing a logo of the hugely popular basketball team. He added, of the course is not exclusive to the gangs, but any stations but gangs affiliations will need to be corroborated with testimony, criminal history, and others. Corroborating evidence, Mr. Dudley said. According to the filed interview sheets and the court documents, officers said that they were also advanced by proven and reliable source that Mr. Abogado Grace was an active member of the MS-13 Western Quad with a rank of Chicago. However, Mr. Dudley says that Shango is not a rank, but instead used to refer. Dudley says that use of requests of not a rank, but instead of using refers recruits who are yet to be entitled something. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's these guys. Yeah, I don't know why. If you guys get stuck, Jared Carson will pick you up. No, come on, man. I can read. Oh Lord. But the MS-13 gang. But I still think though. I still think that he denies and says that he is not the one of the MS-13 gangs. So I mean I believe that he is, and I believe that he should stay in jail where he belongs, because guys like him, we don't want him out here. So I'm going to keep my video short today, and because on Wednesday of next week, I got another person coming on, and she wants to talk about some things. But like I said, if anybody wants to come on my show, they want to talk about issues regarding Fall River. Or regarding Fall River, send me your email and I will send you the link. You know what I'm saying? Whether if you have Gmail, whether if you have Yahoo or whatever, or any kind of email, I will send you the link. You guys just come on, and if you guys want to, talk about some issues, you want to talk about politics, you want to talk about, what needs to be done here, what needs to be done, in Fall River, and how we're going to get money to get the streets and sidewalks done, and I mean you can, you know what I'm saying, and that's what my show's about. So if you guys want to do that, you can either you can send me an email at Dave Mead 95@yahoo.com, and I will just send me an email, and if you want me to talk about some things, I will. But if you want to come on my show, you can send me an email yourself, and we'll talk about we'll talk about some things, because I like to hear what I like to hear what the residents of Fall River, I like to hear what the residents and taxpayers of Fall River, what they will, what they think about think. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and what we need here in the city. So if you want, you can just send me your email. I'll send you the StreamYard link, and you can go live with me right from your own home, right from your computer. So yeah. So let's see what else is going on here in Massachusetts. Over here. Let's see. Let's see. Can we? Okay. What can we check out? Okay, I've already read this. Well, yeah, I didn't see this one, so I'm going to talk about this. So the MS-13, more Salvador commonly knows as MS-13's international criminal gangs and organizations, Los Angeles, California, in 1980s. Originally, that the gang was set up to protect Salvador immigration. Oh boy. The MS-13 gangs were set up to, to protect the Salvador criminal gangs organization, Los Angeles, California, 1980s. Originally, gangs was set up to protect Salvador immigration from other gangs in Los Angeles areas. Over time, that the gang grew into more traditional criminal organization. MS-13's had a long time rivalry with 18th Street gangs. Revelation, 18th Street gangs. Wow. Not bad. Pretty cool, huh? New documents show details by government cases mistakenly deported a man. You see this? Holy jeez. Oh my God. The Trump administration released documents on Wednesday that they revealed new details in this case that Comer Abogado Grace is a Maryland man deported by El Salvador months ago, but in what government lawyers are calling the administration an error. Well, if they think it's an error, okay. Fall River stunning news. 2-bedroom senior apartments taking peeks inside. Okay. All right. Let's see what's going on here. 82-year-old woman's body was found in concrete under shed in Washington. Wow. Let's read about that. A body was missing in Washington State. A woman was found encased in concrete, and her handyman, a former pastor convicted of child sex crimes, has been taken into custody after he called a person in interest. The authority says Tuesday investigators had been looking for Norman, 82, since April 4th. Detectives identified Jeffrey Zizai Norman, the handyman, as a person in interest, and her disappearance that this guy fucking buried her in concrete, man. What the hell? Massachusetts PowerPoint areas are being homeowners. Massachusetts governor may cover your cost to install your solar panels. Yeah, I don't even know the house. Americans doctors receive emails from immigration officials by telling her, well, The only thing is we need to get rid of the immigration illegal aliens, because first off, they don't have no business being here. Okay, this was all put under the Biden administration. Okay, that's what this was all put under, the Biden administration. So now, well, Trump is doing a very good job, though, of getting rid of them. But the only problem we have here is that we have to have Governor Moore Healey, have her agree that she's going to help out deport these people. You know what I'm saying? Because we just don't want them here, and because we don't have the money to keep these people here. Okay, and that's all she's doing is trying to, she's always going to, the state representatives all the time and say, well, I need more money. I need 425 million. Or, well, I remember the 425 million that when I questioned Alan Sylvia that day at Stop and Shop, okay, he told me that, well, I says, how come you supported the 425 million? Well, no, they were attacking us. No, I mean, what is it for? The homeless, or is it for the illegal aliens? You know what I'm saying? Which is, I'm just saying, it's for the illegal aliens. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to call it, because uh, when does a politician tell the truth? You know what I'm saying? So they only tell the truth if their hands are not in their pockets. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm just going to say that, because it's totally ridiculous. I mean, when you talk to a politician, you're asking them, well, how come you supported the 425 million? Well, uh, they were attacking me, attacking us. Well, so which is it? Was it for the illegal aliens, or was it for the homeless? Okay, they could say it was for the homeless, but really, they're not going to tell you that it was for the illegal aliens, because you want to know why? Because they want to get elected again. That's why. And now Mayor Paul Coogan's got to go. Okay, he's one. Maura Healey, she's got to go, and I hope that we have a good somebody good running for governor of Massachusetts. So I mean, we gotta get some, we need some good candidates that's going to run for governor in 2026. So we need some good candidates. And if we can get some good candidates, man, get a good candidate to run for governor. So, I mean, let's let it be. But we already have somebody else. We already have somebody running for governor there. What's his name? There? I'm trying to think of his name. Let me pull it up. There's the school committee, and we will be actually talking about that. They're executive session still. So why are these people still in? It's a special meeting. So why are they still and why are they in an executive session still? So I mean, come on, we the people have the right, man. I'm telling you, we are the people have the right to be to be to listen to actually what is going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so there's still an executive session. So I wonder what's going on with that. You know, always very unprepared. Well, I don't know. I don't like how she speaks to people, but very unprofessional. What is this about? More criminal activity? Coogan needs to go. Yeah, well, yeah, I see, and I totally agree with her that Coogan needs to go, and I still agree on affordable housing too. So, that we do need affordable housing. We don't need. When people say market rate, okay, so market rate. I mean, but we still need the affordable housing, and I just don't agree. I still don't agree on market rate. You know what I'm saying? You know, so how do we know if it's market rate? You know what I'm saying? How do we know that? You know what I'm saying? We don't know that. So that's why I said, well, we do need affordable housing. You know what I'm saying? Affordable housing is the way to go. Okay. If we use HUD's money, okay, if we use I found a way because I know an attorney that works that works that work he's I went to school with him, and he's a really he's a really good guy, and and he's an attorney for HUD housing, and if we can get HUD's money, okay, use some of HUD's money, we can actually make affordable housing. We don't want this free market rate should determine that the rates for housing is not the government. You know what I'm saying? But you see this? Oh, and Lisa just put something up there. Free market should determine the rates, but for housing, not the government. Well, I want to agree with that, but I'm sorry, Annalisa. I have different views on that. You know what I'm saying? So I have different views on that. Using HUD's money is getting government involved. Well, but we want, that's what we want. We want HUD's money. You know what I'm saying? Because that would make a for and I know what you're saying. I'm not condone that. I know what you're saying. I do. I know what you're saying. I do. I know what you're saying, but I have different views on that. And I talked about this, so many times. And I think if we use HUD's money, and HUD housing use part of their money, and we can make affordable housing out of it. I mean, I don't agree with market rate. You know what I'm saying? I don't, and and I respect your, I do respect your, how do I say it now? I respect the, what you're saying. I do, and I get what you're saying, but I have a lot of different reviews on that. You know what I'm saying, with this market rate, housing. You know what I'm saying? So I use the formula where that if we use HUD's money, we can create affordable housing out of that. You know what I'm saying? And free market should determine the rate for the housing, not the government. I understand that, but sometimes government, sometimes let me see, free market rate determines housing, not government. But they're not going to go by that. They're going to go by the government. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to go by. So that's why I said, well, okay. You see this? All right, hold on. That's all right, man. Why do you want government involved? Well, because the government's always been involved. You know what I'm saying? And they're the ones that control the money. So I mean, we don't control the money. They're the ones that control the money. You know what I'm saying? So, um, and they're the ones that control it. We're free housing, free market. That's free market. It's not free. It's not free. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It is your money. I know it's my money. I know it is. You know what I'm saying? It is our money. You're right on that part. It is. And I'll agree with you with that one. I don't like market rate housing at all, because market rate housing, what it does is, it's it's people are, the rents are too high for once over here. Okay, well, it's happening everywhere, but people are moving out. They don't want to. They don't want to pay. They don't want to pay $2,000. They don't want to pay $3,000. They don't want to pay $1,800. People that are on low income, they don't want to pay that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? They don't. So people want affordable housing. And again, I talk to a lot of people over here, okay, and they still want the affordable housing. Even Republicans, and even the Republicans, and they still want the affordable housing. Even the veterans, they want the affordable housing. They don't want the market rate housing. So and you can't blame them. You know what I'm saying? At all. You can't blame the veterans. All the veterans said it. They want that affordable housing. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, I can't, persuade them I cannot persuade them, but and it's their right, their First Amendment right of what they want. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I can't say, well, I cannot say, well, let's go with market rate. If I told them let's go with market rate, you know what they're going to say? They're going to say, well, then you know what? We'll continue on being homeless until we get affordable housing. You know what I'm saying? So they want, because low income. Okay, we have low income. We have low income down here. Okay, it's not like Swampscott or it's not like Swampscott or the Highlands where the rich people live. You know what I'm saying? Down here is low income down here. So they want affordable housing. So that's why I said HUD housing. We can use some of their money, and we can have affordable housing over here. Look at New Bedford, Mayor Mitchell in New Bedford. Mayor Mitchell's got affordable housing in New Bedford. So why can't we be like New Bedford and have affordable housing over here? Mayor Mitchell's doing it. With the money, with the funds, with the money that they have. Well, the funds, you know what I'm saying, he's got it. Mayor Mitchell, he's doing it. So why can't Mayor Paul Coogan, okay, do it over here? Which is, he's already changed his mind already, because it's election year, because he wants to get elected. So he switched over to affordable housing. So because people are actually talking about it. So, and he switched over to that. So, and politicians do that all the time, even on election day. They don't bother with it until election day comes up. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? It's, it's the people over here. You can't change their minds over here. They want the affordable housing. So over here, the people in our area, they just want the affordable housing. You can't change their minds over here. That's why I said maybe we just get affordable housing and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Because if we are over here getting market rate housing, then they're gonna be like, I understand that. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You see? No, I do understand propaganda and communism, but I do get it. I mean, I cannot persuade the people over here at all. You know what I'm saying? I can't. You know, if it's I cannot persuade the people over here. I wish I could, but I mean, I can't. You know what I'm saying? You know. And matter of fact, over here is a blue collar city. You know what I'm saying? It's blue collar over here. This is a democratic city over here. Democratic over here. You know what I'm saying? And it's democratic. And for somebody like me that wants to run for office, I won't be able to get in because this is a democratic city. You know what I'm saying? This is democratic over in Massachusetts. This is a blue collar city, you know? And that's why I said, well, the reason why I say that we want affordable housing is because we need to get the homeless off the street here. Okay, there's too many homeless. We got homeless camps everywhere. Okay, we got people sleeping in people's backyards. Okay, homeless sleeping in people's backyards, and the homeowners. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, what are you doing sleeping in my backyard with your tent? You know what I'm saying? And they destroy and rob things. So, but we have to do something, you know. But but then again, it's election day. But I still want Mayor Paul Coogan out of there. You know what I'm saying? I do, and I don't. What's wrong with the idea of the affordable? You have the wrong idea of affordable housing. Well, I mean, I'm just going to say, Annalisa, I don't have the wrong idea of affordable housing. Okay, because this is a low income down here. This is not Swampscott. Okay, Swampscott where they're rich up there. Okay, they have money up there, so they can afford market rate housing up there. Okay, people can afford the market rate up there. But down here, okay, down here is a low income. Okay, it's low income down here. You know what I'm saying? People down here have we don't have that much money down here. So I mean, let's see, still playing and Sioux City over market. So I mean, it's low income down here. The government is not the answer. Well, and I don't see why I don't see why we shouldn't have affordable housing down here. Well, then again, um, and then also, I really want to change the subject a little bit because I have to I have to get through these issues, and also now, yes, and I also want to talk about the police officer, and our police officer that was also convicted. Well, he's not convicted yet, but he's innocent until proven guilty. But he was still caught in that sting operation in Boston, underage girls. Yeah, it was sex trafficking. It was, and it's so. And I'm waiting for the trial to come up. So I'm waiting for that trial to come up too. So and telling you, but and let's see, Jeffrey Lake. Let's see. Um, Let's see here. I'm just trying to find something here. You guys, we Massachusetts state audit is issued a new audit for Fall River Line Pier. Wow, look at that. Wow. Massachusetts state audit issued a new audit for the Line Pier. Here's what we found. Diana Diago is a current Massachusetts state auditor since the 2023 has issued the following up audit for the Fall River Line Pier. The audit is published on Wednesday. The examiner of the prior for January 1st. That was January 1st, 2020, June 30th, 2023. Built in the previous audit in 2024, conducted under pressure. Previous audit, such as one conducted of January 1st in 2016, but I don't see the 2025 audit. So, I mean, they got the 2023 and 2016 and 2018 audit, but they don't have the 2025 audit. The been operating FILP has been operating in the gen of Massachusetts developments with the formal contract since its 50-year lease agreement in the Commonwealth expires in 2014. All right, so where is the 2025 audit? They don't have it here. Payment is totaling on 187,921 to the 5 companies with disclosing financial interest and the board members of the family, suggesting potential conflict of interest, failure to retain meetings and minutes for all board meetings, included undetermined governance, integrity, and accountability, and encouraged to recording check numbers for 33 transactions, and increasing the risk of financial misstatements of fraud. At the address of those findings of the audit accommodated that FRLP established female policies for financial activities requirements by the board members of declare conflict of interest and classified no conflict per vote, but ensure reinstations of meetings minutes and define clear records. Station prior implemented better international control, included surrogating duties, monitoring checks, and reviewing financial dates and quote books. Yeah, well, I mean, where is the 2025? I see 2023, 2018, and 2016 audit, but I don't see the 2025 audit. So that audit wasn't even up to date. I'm saying if you know that, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, that audit wasn't even up to date. I mean, these people better get their act together. You know what I'm saying, and update the audit. So I'm still looking for my audit, the audit from that was recently passed at 72%, in Massachusetts. So I'm really looking for that. I want that. That is the that is the audit that I want. Okay, and these people, okay, don't want the audit because you really why they don't want it, because they want to do whatever they want with our tax money. That's what they want. Okay, they want to do whatever they want. Okay, You know, so that's why again, I talk about this a lot. We are the people's power. We have to fight to get what we want. Okay, we have to fight to get what we want. Okay, we have to fight to get the audit, so that way we can find out where all this money is going. Okay, and we can. Okay, we can do it. Okay, so like I said in a lot of my shows and a lot of my videos, we are the people's power. We have to fight for what we want. That's not gonna. They're not gonna tell us, well, hey, we just got the audit, so now they're looking into our finances. That the government is not going to tell you that. Okay, they're not going to tell you, any of it. Okay, they're not going to tell you nothing. That's why we have to fight for it, and this is why we held these people accountable. I go by the book, okay, and I hold these people accountable for the things that they say and promise and what they're going to do, and they don't do them, because once they're elected in office, guess what? They don't care about us, okay? They forget about us until election day comes up, and then later they want our vote. But you know something? That's why we have to speak out now before before the next election comes up in 2026. When Moore Healy comes up to you and says, "Hey, how you doing? My name is Moore Healy. I'm running for this," okay? And you say, "Oh, wow, okay." And then she starts talking to you about finance. She starts talking to you about what she wants to do, okay? And then all of a sudden, she gets in office, and then guess what? She ain't gonna bother talking to you until election day comes up, okay? That's how Moore Healy did. I met Moore Healy one time. I met her when she was running for Attorney General. Okay, I met her, and I'm like, wow, she wants to be Attorney General. She wants to do this, and then all of a sudden, when Trump started running for president, then she started talking bad about Trump and saying that she's the one that had the pipeline shut down because she's full of malarkey. She did not have the pipeline shut down. She's full of malarkey. She only used that terminology so she can get elected as governor of Massachusetts. That's why. And let's get down to the nitty gritty with this. And I'm going to right now. Okay. That's when, before Governor Charlie Baker left, the former governor, he's the one that appointed her to run for governor. He supported her to run for governor of Massachusetts. That's how she also got in. Believe it or not, okay? If anybody wants to get down to the nitty gritty with it, because you know something, because I watched this whole entire Massachusetts governor election. Okay, the governors when Charlie Baker appointed Moore Healy to run for governor, when Charlie Baker was stepping down, because of all the stuff that was going on in Swampscott. Remember, with Black Lives Matter and all the mass mandates and businesses being shut down and stuff. Yeah. So that's why he stepped down. And then when he was stepping down, that's why then that's when Moore Healy said, "Well, that's when she started announcing her thing to run for governor." Okay, and Charlie Baker was giving all our secrets away to China and everything else too. So figure that out. Okay, Charlie Baker was doing that, giving all our secrets up to China. Okay, but why ain't they investigating that? Okay. Why ain't they investigating that? Okay, because why they're not investigating it? Because they don't want to. Because the former governor is too big. Okay, they don't want to. He's popular, so that's why they're not going to investigate him. Which is the FBI should be investigating him too. Okay, and of all the things that he did when about the mandates and stuff, the mask and everything else, all the businesses, 6 feet and everything else. I mean, and it's like it was everywhere. Okay, at that point in time. So if anybody wants to get down to answers, well, I have the answers, and I'm sharing them. So and let me tell you, and me and my wife Linda, we were down at the city hall. Okay, when they had when we had the rally down there. Okay, and then I was talking to Channel 10. Look up the video of Channel 10 when I was discussing that that I said it was wrong for Charlie Baker to actually shut down businesses and activating the mandates and everything, and having people wear the mask and all, and wear a mask. Okay. Well, let me tell you something. I fell for that. Okay, I did. I fell for it, and I ended up putting one on. Okay, but you know something, which is I shouldn't have never I should have never put a mask on. Okay. Okay. I should have never did. Okay. Let's put it that way. So, if you want to get down to that, believe me, trust me, I will give you the answers to everything that I know. How's that? Because Charlie Baker was a rhino. Okay. He wasn't a real Republican. Okay, he was more he was more a liberal and a Democrat and everything. He was more a liberal and a Democrat than he was a Republican. So I wish people just get their story straight. Okay, there's a lot of things that happened. Okay. During that fake pandemic, there was a lot of things that happened. Okay, when they have little children wear a mask on the street and everything, and people are still doing it. Okay, people are still doing it. Well, there's a variance, there's this, there's that. What is wrong with these people? Yeah, well, but just saying, but like I said, I still, I believe in that we, I get what Annalise is saying about, I get what she's saying, but I still believe in that we should have affordable housing, okay, and affordable housing, because this is low income down here. This is low income. Okay, we have low income families down here. Okay, and and not everybody can pay $1,800 a month for rent. Not everybody can pay $1,100 for rent. Okay, people live off retirement checks down here and everything. So nobody realizes that. I talk to the constituents down here. I know what the people want down here. Okay, in my area, I do. I know what the people want. So and the people tell me, Dave, we want affordable housing. This is low income down here, and this is what we want. Okay, even the elderly, even the veterans. Okay. People cannot survive down here when you have market rate housing. People cannot survive down here. Okay? If you got market rate housing, market rate housing is not free. It's not free at all. That's what I'm trying to say. So, and I always make a compelling argument out of this. And you know something? The reason why I make a compelling argument out of this, because I know what the people want down here. And I understand what Annalisa is saying. I get what she's saying. I respect her opinions on those things. I do. I do respect it. I honestly do. But I'm not going to I'm not gonna support market rate housing. I'm not gonna support that. Sorry. But I mean, and I'm not going to support it, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a person that won't, and and that's just me. Oh, Fairhaven man arrested on allegedly pointing a gun on road rage. Look at this. So Fairhaven man arrested by allegedly pointing a gun in a road rage incident. Let's see here. Fairhaven WBCM and Fairhaven man was arrested by this morning after allegedly pointed a loaded gun at another motorist in the reports by road rage incident, according to Fairhaven police, and call come in at 7:17 a.m. today, placed by a victim who said he was driving east on Route 6 in the area of Show Road when a white Dodge Caravan pulled up beside him. The victim stated that long occupants of the Caravan pointed a handgun at him and his male passenger, who were heading to work at the time. According to Fairhaven Police Lieutenant Timothy Souza, the white Caravan then sped off and each into Mattapoisett. Mattapoisett police then located the Caravan and pulled it over in the area of 88 North Street in Mattapoisett. Fairhaven police arrived and found the suspect identified as Dylan Floyd of 33 of Fairhaven, allegedly in possession of loaded firearm. He was placed under arrest and charged in carrying a loaded weapon without a LCD, without a license to carry, possession of a ammunition without a FID card, and assault with a dangerous weapon. Well, you see, you know what happens when you carry and when you. So yeah, it's sadly, yes, Mass has a long way to go. Yes, Mass does, and Annalise, and I agree with you on that. I do. So Massachusetts over here, Annalisa, we're so corrupt over here. It's not funny. We are corrupt. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we are so corrupt over here, sadly. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's over here. When you have a mayor that and city councils and state representatives, these people are so corrupt. Okay, and when they don't want the audit, when they didn't want that audit to pass, and now this is what happens. Okay, this is what happens. Oh, I mean, of all means, I mean, I respect your your answers. I do. Okay, I respect the answers that you put out there. You know what I'm saying? I respect everybody's answers, but it's sadly that we have government out here. Alan Sylvia, State Representative Carol Viola. We have people we have the mayor of the city hall. He's corrupt. We have some of the city councils here. They're corrupt over here. I mean, Look at it. You know what I'm saying? It's sadly, yeah, it's Massachusetts. You know what I'm saying? You know, and this is what we this is what we fight for every single time. You know what I'm saying? Even when it's not an election, this is what we fight for. Okay, this even if it's not, we fight for it. You know what I'm saying? And we have to. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, you know, Swampscott don't have crime up there like we do down here. Okay, we have a lot of crime down here. And sometimes I wish you, Annalisa, you come in, get an apartment down here just for what, just for a month down here, and then you'd be like, wow, Dave is right. You know what I'm saying? Look at it. It's like a zoo down here. It is. It's a zoo. Okay. Um, we have at nighttime you'll hear it on the scanner. I hear it every single day, and I've always explained to people what I hear on a scanner. I hear the shootings and stabbings and stuff down here all the time. Oh, she wants to come on. Uh, oh boy, she wants to come on. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. I can only stay on for a few minutes, and that's it. It's sad. And it is. It's horrible. You know, it is. And let's see. Let's see if I can. Okay. Let me see if I can do this. I'm going to do this really quick. Um, let's see here. Was it by Outlook? Okay. Okay. Nope. Well, I put her on for a little bit. I'm going to put her on for a little bit. So, yeah. Yeah, just for a little bit. It's already been sent. I already sent it. So yeah, I mean it gets bad down here at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? And I wish that it does. It does. It does. It gets bad down here. Did it get sent? Let's see. Let me check my inbox. No, it does. It's gets it. Well, I did send it. So if you want to come on, you can. And and it's sad that Massachusetts, you know what I'm saying, that it's bad, and it's bad over here. You know what I'm saying, and even at times, like I said, my mom, my mom went to the church, went out. And the guy didn't even. My mom's almost 80 years old. The guy did not want to, to let it go. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's bad in Fall River. It is, and some people just don't understand. Some people just don't understand how bad it is in Fall River. Okay, especially at night when people are trying to go to the store. And or go to the store at night and just go pick up a gallon of milk. So, okay, she didn't get it. All right, so yeah, I'm not going to stay on all day because I have to get up for work tomorrow. But I will. Let's see. Okay. A S A. Let's see. 1. Let's see. Oh. Okay. All right, I'm gonna send it right now, but I'm not gonna be on for long. Try looking in your spam folder. So, anyways, yes, it is bad. Okay, it is. It's bad down here. Okay, and and sometimes we have police officers. And we don't have the police officers. We don't have the police officers that we used to have before. You know what I'm saying? We don't. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that we don't have it. You know what I'm saying? You know. So it is. It's sad. And that's why I said it's actually bad down here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look what just happened. There was a shooting in Texas. Okay, look it. I mean, it was a deputy's son. Okay, it was her son. Grabbed their handgun, grabbed their shotgun, and look what he did, man. Okay, he injured and killed people in a college. Okay, look at it. Okay, and you know something? People think, oh, well, Fall River, it wasn't. Fall River ain't what it is back in the 1960s or 70s or 80s or 90s. Okay, it's bad. Okay, it's bad. We get more. We get more activities here in Massachusetts than we do than New Bedford. Okay, New Bedford gets some activities, but we get most of the activities over here. Look at the stuff that's going down here. Okay, And and how many accidents that was occurred down here. Okay. Oh, gotta put her on. Oh, I hope she comes on. I'm trying to get you. Oh, come on. I just sent it to her. Mr. Thank You. I don't want you, Mr. Thank You. Yeah, well, your money is a phony. I don't want your bullshit. A N N A L I S A U S A 1. Oh, what am I doing? Ah. Let's try this email. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta get the other one. Okay. Come on. I don't want no capitals. A N N A N N A L I S A U S A 1. No, that's 12. O-U-T L-O-O-K I did say it. All right. Okay. I just sent it again. What's this? Oh, all right. Her address is not found. Oh, I see. All right. Okay. I got it back from Gmail, and the address is not found there. Oh, all right. I see what's going on here now. Oh, yep, I got it. It's not Gmail. This is where I get mixed up over here because now. Okay. So how am I going to? I got it before, so I just don't know how. Oh, lovely. I don't know how to do it now. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out again. This is pain in my fucking ass. Oh, it's not. That's right. But I had to use the Gmail. See if maybe I'm going to try the other email and see what I can do about this. This is a pain in the ass. Yeah, because I gotta Gmail. I'll get it in a minute. I gotta. So what is your email, Scott? Send your email and I'll send you one too. Give me your email. No, I'm not gonna be here long over an hour either. Let me see. I used the Gmail for this. This is the one I always use. Join me on StreamYard. This is my StreamYard thing. Webcam, internet connections. Yeah, this is my StreamYard. This is what I use. Okay, so yeah, I have her right here. Yeah, I mean that's what I use. And Elisa, that's what I use. Honestly, that's what I use. And that's what I have to use. Because that's my StreamYard. It's my StreamYard. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's, okay. Oh, this is ridiculous. It's not. It's not Gmail. It's. I know it's Outlook. I got it. Uh, um, okay, so let's see. Oh, I'm not gonna be doing this on like this. Oh boy. You know what I'm gonna try by? I won't be able to. Yeah, it's let me see. So I can use any email with this, and I don't see why I can't. Because it's a compound, yeah. Oh, wait a second. I think I know why. Nope, can't do it that way either. That's crazy. Why do I gotta keep doing this? This is nonsense. Okay, invite guests. Oh, I got Messenger. I got email here. So why ain't that showing up? Annalisa, do you have the link from the last time? If you do, you can use that still. It's hard to, to get people on. Okay, I don't want that. Oh, there she is. Boom, boom.
Jeez,
all right.
Creepers.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, no, that's why I said if you use the use the same link. You can use the same link.
Oh, you're echoing. I don't know why.
I'm always echoing.
No, I did try to use the same link, but it didn't take me to your new video. It took me to the old one.
Yeah.
Why are we echoing?
It's ridiculous. I'm telling you. Well, I'm actually learning this. I do have well, my link, okay, but I want to show. I'm gonna show this to you because I have StreamYard. Okay, StreamYard is one of the best things to have. Okay, and I paid like $44.99 for it a month.
David, you're echoing.
Okay, am I echoing?
Yes, and so am I.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I hear you twice. Yeah, that's better. Now I know.
Well, maybe I should just take my earphones off.
There's a delay.
A delay?
There's something going on. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Probably not on my side. Oh, wait a second. I think I remember what Jake had said that, because I asked him if it would, if it would stay on audio. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. I'm not going to stay on until 10 o'clock at night like the last time.
I don't want to stay on until 10 o'clock either.
I ain't. I'll be right back. Let me go get him. Hey, Jacob. Can I talk to you for a minute? Because I got something echoing over here. On my computer.
I'm currently running some stuff on my computer because I'm doing something super important on one of my laptops.
Well, I'll check it out later.
My laptop's usability.
Yeah.
I need to put it in Ubuntu.
And so how I may want to do that after because there is something echoing. And remember how you told me you said that it would stay, but you said but it's a fat chance if it did. He's going to try. He's going to talk through it.
Okay.
So hello.
I don't know what's echoing.
It's echoing on her side.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it echoing on your side?
Yeah. Remember? Did you remember how you did it before? You got sound and then we started talking.
I'm not
sure. Now there's no echo.
It was probably too close to the microphone.
It was probably.
You probably had your headphones.
No, there is. There's a delay. There's a delay.
All right.
Yeah. Take your headphones off if you're going to play it through the speakers. In fact, it's actually better that you just unplug your headphones completely.
Yeah.
That way the headphones were causing the interference because what happened was the headphones were so close to the microphone was picking up sound from the headphones. And if that happens, it causes an echo and it makes feedback and audio is a big, it's fascinating how audio works.
Yeah, well, that's how he does it. So he's actually my tech guy.
Just disconnect your headphones completely, or if you want to completely eliminate any chance of interference, unplug your P4 audio device.
No, I'm good. Well, I should.
But unplugging the headphones should do the trick, unless there's something going on.
Is it all right now?
She said the echo was gone.
So the echo is gone already, right?
I think so. Oh no, there I am. I'm delayed again. I'm delayed now, not you.
They might just have an internet connection thing.
Maybe we just have an internet connection.
No, our internet connection here on our end is fine.
Maybe.
We have high-speed internet, 1 gigabit per second. Stuff's super fast.
Yeah.
We have an Xfinity router. It's very fast.
Having issues.
Fast.
Let me see. See, it's a delay. That's weird. We didn't have it yesterday.
Let me try to lower my volume on this a little bit. Try to talk to my audio. All right. Can you hear me a little bit? Is it better?
Hear you.
Or is it worse?
But see, now it's
worse.
Yeah, there's a delay for sure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's always a delay. So I feel like that I'm delayed.
Speakers, echo cancellation, reduce. Let me see. Did that work?
Yeah, I can hear you better.
Oh, oh no, it didn't work. You can hear me better, but there's a delay. There's a delay. There's a delay.
Yep.
Let's see how this computer fares in 2 ways. The full desktop environment, pretty much all the bells and whistles you get with the
Ah, boy. Let me see how
Okay,
many.
so when you were talking, I wanted to come on because you were talking about swamps.
Huh?
You
I didn't hear you.
Swamp, Scott. You can't hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was talking about Swampscott. Yeah, I did. But go ahead. What was I talking about Swampscott? Oh, about yeah. But see, Swampscott don't have any crime up there. You know what I'm saying? Remember how we talked about it? Yeah, the other day. You said that there's no crime up there? You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I don't understand what your point is by trying
But
to.
down here in Massachusetts, down here in this side of Massachusetts, where I live, okay, that we have. I know you're getting a headache from. We have shootings down here. We have stabbings down here. We have all kinds of things. All these
Okay,
things
but
happen.
what is your point about that? Comparing
My,
Fall River to Swampscott.
all right. Does that happen up there in Swampscott? Like shooting, stabbings, and every
No,
night.
what I don't. I'm asking, but I'm asking you what your point is about that.
Well, that's what happens down here. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but you said Swampscott hasn't happened, so you're comparing a
What I'm
city.
doing is I'm comparing Swampscott to Massachusetts down here
You're
on our side.
comparing. I know you are, but you're comparing apples to oranges because Swampscott is a small town.
Yeah.
And Fall River is a city, so it's not the same thing.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, I haven't been.
It's totally. Now, if you're gonna you should compare Fall River to a city that is your size.
Well, like New Bedford, maybe.
Yeah, that's what you.
Maybe
or a city in the North Shore that's the same size as Fall River. Then you make a comparison.
Yeah. Well,
I don't
know why, but I just don't know why. I never been in Swampscott, so I never been there. So maybe I should just compare for Fall River to New Bedford or North Shore.
Swampscott has about 15,000 people.
Yeah. So 15, and yeah, so that is.
So what's Fall River is bigger,
much larger.
Right. How many people live in Fall River?
Well, we had 96,000 people here, so I mean, people come and go. We had 96,000 here.
I mean, you almost have 100,000 people, and Swampscott has 15.
Yeah.
So how is that's no comparison? Of course you're
No,
gonna
it
have
ain't. No, you're right on that part. That ain't no comparison. That's right. Maybe I should. Maybe I should compare Fall River to New Bedford or North Shore. Maybe that's a good comparison.
right. And Swampscott, and I want to say Swampscott does have affordable housing.
Yeah, they do. Well,
But
you snitch.
affordable housing, is not what you think it is. I think you have a misconception about affordable housing.
No, go ahead. No, I'm listening.
So affordable housing is not it's not low income. It's not for low income people.
Okay.
Okay, it's not going to get the homeless off the streets.
Okay, so what's going to get the homeless off the streets? Do you have any suggestions?
Well, okay, but what? Okay, so you are concerned. Hold on, I want to know what you are concerned about.
I'm concerned about the homeless people, what we have right now, because we have a big, huge population of
Okay,
the
so
homeless here in Massachusetts.
you know, okay, all right. Do you know why they're homeless? Do you know why they're homeless? Do they have a mental problem? Do they have a drug problem? Do you know what their problem is?
Yeah, I do. Well, most of them, I'm not going to say all of them, but most of them have a mental illness problem, drug addiction.
So what's affordable housing for them? What is affordable housing going to do for them?
Well, affordable housing, maybe we can just get them, the cheaper rent, and maybe we get them back in it, so that way they can keep it.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
how are they going to pay for it, Dave? How are they going to pay for it?
How?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, most of them have, most of them work, and most of them have checks that they,
How do you
just
know
save.
that? I don't understand. They're homeless. How do you know that? How do you know that? Do you know that?
Well, all right. Let me just say this. I spoke to one, okay, that I've known for a long time. He's been homeless for a lot of times. He said to me, he goes, Dave, he says, I get $3,600 a month for Social Security. So, and I said to him, this is what I said to him. And I said to him, I says, well, why are you standing on the corner and holding a sign saying that you're homeless when your mother's still alive? You can go live with your mother, okay? I said, what you're doing is, I said, you're taking money off of other people that don't have it. So he didn't have a valid question to that. Well, the only thing he's told me,
he didn't have an answer for why.
He didn't have an answer. He didn't have an answer for it. So $3,600 a month this guy's getting. Okay.
Well, not Dave. That's one person, Dave. That's not all of them.
But no, it's not all of them. But I did speak, to the rest of them.
Is he homeless? Is he homeless, or is he just begging?
Well, I don't know. Well, right now, for what I'm seeing, just that one. For what I'm seeing, he's just out there standing on the corner holding a sign up.
So you don't know if he's homeless.
No, he's just standing out there begging for now. But I'm just saying. But I'm worried. But I'm worried about the others. Okay, because the others that are up, we have about 35. We have we have over 20. We have over 20. Over 25 tents.
That goes driving you crazy.
I know. All right. Maybe I'm too close to the microphone. Maybe. Is that all right?
Why don't I hear this echo?
Yeah, we got echoing going on here.
My point that I'm trying to make.
All right. Go ahead.
We have to talk one at a time because of the echo.
Go ahead.
Okay. So affordable housing is not going to solve the problem of the homeless.
Why not?
First of all, if they have no money, if they have no money, how are they going to get into affordable housing?
I guess they have to find a job, right?
No, because if they have mental issues, they're not going to be able to work.
Well, that is true too. But we need then, well, if they have mental issues, then what we need to do is we need to put them in a long-term facility, which is we only have one here that only lasts for 90 days, and they let them out. We need one. We need a long-term solution.
Right. So, okay, but I have to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this before you.
Go ahead.
Before you lose your mind about the homeless. Problem. The homeless, if they are adults, Dave, you cannot force them to do anything.
Well, that is true. You can't. You cannot force them to do anything. But you can. But you can also let them know that there is shelters that they can go to. But not even sometimes the shelters, even the overflow shelters, they're overflow. There's no room in them because of when we all know this, and you know this too, that the reason why they're overflowed is because of the illegal aliens that are inside is in the shelters with their families.
Okay, I don't look. The migrant shelters are intertwined with the homeless.
Well, that's the way it looks. Because they've been telling me, they said every time we try to get into the shelters are always full. Even the one down on Durfee Street over here. And
so they're not full. They're denying them. So they're denying them. It's not full.
Well, they're probably. Well, I don't know. They're either denying them or they're saying it's full. So.
They're denying them, Dave.
Okay.
They're denying them.
So they're actually denying them then.
Okay.
Well, I mean, because they tell me that it's full, and they must be denying them. because I remember, okay, one time. This is what I'm going to tell you. I remember that a homeless man, okay, died outside in the freezing cold. Okay, died, and because of they denied it him to get into the shelter. Okay, Stepping. Listen to this. Now we're gonna get to Stepping Stone. Stepping Stone also denied it him because you want to know why? Because they had the room, but they denied him. The Durfee Street shelter denied him. Okay, until we found out, and until we all found out that they had another side, and they had a bigger room where you can put at least 100 beds, 200 beds in. But they said that they wasn't going to give that room up because they were using that room for their conference. Their conference. In other words, the conference. You
So
follow
he
me
was
now?
denied once or twice, but he was able to get in all the other times.
No, he was denied altogether. He was denied altogether. I'm talking about the one. I'm talking about the one that died. I don't know what they. The one that died outside.
Okay, listen. You're not going to solve the homeless problem.
No,
Sorry.
probably not. Maybe.
You're not going to solve it. And affordable housing, Dave, is not going to get them in there because they're not going to be able to afford it.
Well,
Okay.
affordable. Okay.
Affordable housing does not mean affordable housing does not mean that people that have no money are going to get housing. That's what that doesn't mean that.
Well, but we figure maybe if we use some of HUD's money, you know what I'm saying, we can create it. Maybe there's something that you know I don't. I don't know.
The government's not going to do that, Dave, because they're not going to give anything free. Number one.
Well, it's not free. I mean, when you got affordable housing, it's not free. I mean, you have to pay rent once the landlord rents you the apartment.
But you're talking about the homeless.
Yeah, I'm talking about the homeless. Yeah, but if we can come up with affordable housing, right? We can get people. We can get the rents. We can get people. We can get that. We can have people have their apartments, and make sure that they stay in them. Then they can pay
You're
the
not
rent.
talking about affordable housing. You're talking about a shelter.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well,
You want a shelter. You want another shelter. You don't want affordable housing. You want a shelter.
I want affordable housing, but I also I want affordable housing. Let me catch my breath here a little bit. Okay.
Dave, I'm gonna say it again about affordable housing. Affordable housing still has market rates.
I validate everybody's opinions, but go ahead.
No, it's not my opinion. That's not my opinion. That's how it works. Affordable housing is you have to have a salary. You have to work.
Well,
it's not for people that have like nothing or whatever, they're poor or whatever, they have to go to something else.
Well, affordable housing, well, market rate housing is way, way too high. When you say market rate, what do you mean by market rate?
Market is that the people determine how much they're willing to pay for housing.
No, that's not how it works.
Yes, it is, Dave. That's competition. I don't understand. This is why I came on, because I don't understand where you're coming from. Market value. When you sell a house, Dave.
Yeah. Market rate means what the market will bear.
Yes, and who's the market, Dave? Who's the market? The people. They determine it.
Yeah, that's what it says right here. Market rate means what the market will bear.
The market is the people, Dave. Right, but the market is determined by the people and how much they're willing to pay for something. Right, it's us. She just said it. It's us. Linda said it's us.
Yeah, Linda just said it. Wait a second.
We're the ones that decide how. Okay, so for instance, as an example, when you talk about Swampscott.
Yep.
Swampscott is considered to be, by the people or the buyer, a desirable location.
Okay, so why is the rents are so high? Okay, why is the rents are so high where people that where we can't where that the low income families can't afford it?
You mean to tell me that the low-income families cannot get any kind of government assistance in Massachusetts?
Okay. Well, we have low-income families down here, okay? Especially the elderly, they're retired, okay? And they have retirement checks.
I'm asking you.
Go ahead.
I understand, Dave. Believe me, I understand. Okay, I understand what low income means, and I know what fixed income is. My question to you is the government of Massachusetts helping out the low income people?
Not really. Not really.
What do you mean, not really?
Well, they're helping out the retirees. That's what they're helping out the retirees, but they're not really helping out the ones that that really need it. So I don't know. You figure that out.
So listen, Dave, I'm going to tell you this too. Massachusetts has a big problem.
Nah, you ain't telling me.
Okay, because the governor of Massachusetts is more concerned about the illegals.
You got that right.
Okay.
And she's not concerned about deporting the illegal aliens, but she's concerned about them. Where that
also the politicians that Massachusetts people keep voting in year and year out during election year.
Yeah.
Do nothing. Do nothing. They do nothing.
They do nothing. Well, they don't. You're right. And this is why, this is why we have to get more Healy out of there. Okay. Again, and I always explain this all the time. We are the people, us right here. Okay. We are the body, the people. We are people's power. Okay. We have the right, okay, to say, look, enough is enough. Now we have to change administrations, and now you're not representing us the right way.
I get that, Dave. I know what you're saying. Okay, but I'm having a hard time making you understand.
No, I understand what you're saying.
No. Market value and affordable housing are two different things. Okay, but I'm trying to say that if you yourself, Dave, are not willing to change your perspective on what the government is doing, that it's not going to change, and that's what I'm trying to tell you.
All right, hold on here. Okay, Dave, okay, it says right here, okay, David, let's imagine that you are owning a 6-unit apartment building and a two bedroom, what is APICE something, what does that say? What does that say?
Aaron laughs at me because I wash my hands every time.
It says, okay, David, let's imagine that you own a 6-unit apartment building.
Okay, and a mortgage paying $3,500 per month. You want to rent each unit for $1,800. Unfortunately, nobody is willing to pay what you are asking. Your mortgage comes due every month, whether these units are occupied or not. You can either dig your heels in or drop your ask in the price as making some money to offset your mortgage.
Right?
Yeah, well, all right. Well, all right, I'll bite.
Thank you.
I'll bite this. Okay. All right, okay.
Okay, that's an example of a market value. But I wanted to come on and I wanted to explain to you.
Okay, all right. I get it now.
Okay, that low income are always looking for the government for a handout or help.
Yeah. I get it now. I get it.
Okay. So if you Dave, if you want change, you yourself personally, voting for or agreeing with the government or agreeing with HUD is not changing anything.
Go ahead.
Okay. Now your wife just gave you an example of market.
Yeah,
rate.
she did.
Okay.
This is why.
All right. Now you decide that you want to buy a 2-family home.
Well, maybe some days, yeah.
Okay. Now
Under the Trump administration.
You're going to have to obviously put money away for a down payment and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But if you're going to rely or ask the government for this type of assistance, you are never going to be independent.
Well, I mean, I could. I mean, there is such things as loans from the bank. You know what I'm saying? There is such thing as loans from the bank, but you have to pay the bank.
Yeah, exactly. But my point. But what I'm saying is that by agreeing with the government with affordable housing, which you are now letting the government come into housing, does not make you independent.
Well, yeah, that could be true too. Simplifying giving the homeless person an apartment without addressing a mental health or addiction issues, but does that person no favors as a key. We will only fall back into the circle that got them in a fixed in the first place. Yeah. I am not keying on loan.
You have.
No, I'm not. Well, I'm not.
Look. When you want to buy a home and you don't have, like everybody, like practically everybody cannot buy a cash for home.
Yeah.
Practically everybody has to take out a loan. They have to go to the bank. Okay.
Of course. I mean, when you go to the bank, sometimes don't you have to take out a loan?
I mean, well, practically everybody does.
Well, of course. I mean, yeah.
So yeah. So the difference between the market rate and I stole the county.
Yeah. Oh God. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Say what you were saying.
So affordable housing that's why I don't like affordable housing in Swampscott, because the government's involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I went to house with you today. Oh.
Well, that's why people save up money, and they put money away. Like say for instance that I saw a house in Westport, and I said, look, I said, well, I said this house is nice, but this house only costs $350,000, right? Then I would say to the realtor, well, I want to look at the house because it costs 300. It costs what did I say, 350,000, right? So 350,000, give or take. Then I go in there, I look around. Okay, well, there's something wrong with this. There's something wrong with that. There's something wrong with the electricity, plumbing, and everything. So you want 350,000 for the house. You want me to give you that kind of money, but
no. Then Dave, you negotiate.
And then there's a negotiation that comes in, and now the market value goes down.
Right. That's right. Why should I have to be sexy? You are determining what you are willing to pay for that house. Exactly. Really?
So the owner wants.
No, I'm sleeping.
Not the government. Let's keep the government out for a bit. So 350,000, right?
People are funny.
350,000, right? Shut the door. 300.
That's funny.
Yeah, she did. She just shut the door, but she is too much. 350,000, right? Just say 350,000. I walk in there and I look and I go, wow, okay, we have electrician problems, we have plumbing problems. So, and then, well, for me, I would have to have the electrician and plumbing come in and say, well, okay, I want to estimate is how much is this going to be, and I want to estimate how that is going to be. Okay, now. And they're gonna tell me, well, how much money, how much does he want for this house? Well, he wants me to give him 350,000. Well, to the cost of what it's going to cost to fix the electricity, the plumbing, okay, it's going to cost a lot of money. So he's not going to get the market value he's not going to get the value that he wants for this house. So now the value. what he wants. So now the value goes
But
down.
it depends. But okay, Dave, but it depends on the area. It depends on the area. It depends. There are variables to it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, there is variables to it. Yeah. Well, because the reason why I know this is because I have family that owned houses. That's why. And they sold their house in front of me, and I listened to what I listened to what they what they were asking and what they wanted for it, and I also listened to what they said what was wrong with the house. You know what I'm saying? Before it was bought.
So Dave, I want to tell you something else.
Go ahead.
Affordable housing brings the real estate value lower
Okay.
for the community.
Ain't that good? Ain't that good for? Can I
Okay.
ask one? But ain't that good for
No, no,
for the people that want to buy a house?
no,
Why?
because it's not. No, because then it becomes not non-desirable.
Okay.
Who's going to be living in the affordable housing? Who's going to be living there? Number one, who's going to go there?
Oh, we got to rent them out, right?
To who?
Well, I mean, whoever wants to, like, whoever can
Who do
afford
you
the
think you are going to attract with affordable housing? Who do you think you're going to attract?
people that have money.
No, you're not. No, you're not going to have money.
Okay.
No. So I don't know who, you're going to get in there, and it lowers the value of the real estate.
Yeah.
Your landlord who owns where you live, right, wherever you live, okay, if there's affordable housing near that area, his market value of the home is going to go down.
Okay.
Which means nobody's going to want to live there. Most people are going to look at it and say, I'm not going to want to live there if you've got affordable housing over there, over here.
Yeah. Well, most of the people around in my area own their own houses.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
So plus I have a green.
And when you own your own home, Dave, when you own your own,
let's see.
You fix it up. You fix it up, and the value goes up.
Okay.
That's what people want. That's what people are looking for when they're buying a home.
Oh, fixer-upper.
No, not a fixer-upper.
Well, there is some like that you can fix up the house and you can buy them cheap, and then.
No, I'm saying, no, it's not a fix. No, that's not what I'm saying.
I know, but I was just throwing that out there.
You can buy a fixer-upper, and if you can fix it yourself, you're ahead of the game.
Oh boy.
All right, so it's not that simple when you say and make these comments about like Swampscott and Fall River. Again, apples and oranges. So
you has affordable housing up there. You
right,
said.
and people don't like it in Swampscott that there's affordable housing.
So they don't like it there.
No. You know why? Because it brings down because it brings down the value of the real estate.
Okay.
So I said that the average cost of a home in Swampscott is $800,000.
Well, what did
So Dave, that means when that people are willing to pay $800,000 for a home in Swampscott.
yeah? So they're willing to pay $800,000.
Yes. That's why the value of the homes go up all the time, because people are willing to pay this money on the home.
That's way too much. Yeah.
Well, right. Well, exactly. But for you, it's too much. But for somebody else, it would be like, I want to live there. I'm going to pay it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like I said, that's well for me. To me, and to my family, is way too much. I mean, I wouldn't even pay.
Right, but my point is this: I'm trying to make you understand what the market value and the market rate is compared to affordable housing.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna. All right. So, but some people would. But some people would actually, but the people over here, they said even if we did have affordable housing over here, they will pay and move in. You know what I'm saying? They will pay for it. You know what I'm saying? They will. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it's not market value. It's the government that's involved now.
Whoa. All right. My rent just went up to $6,000 a month.
That's bull crap. That's not true.
Oh, his rent just went up to
He must live by the water. He must live by the water somewhere. He's got some
$6,000 a month.
I don't know of anybody that has a $6,000 rental, even if they are in Swampscott. Like, I don't know of anybody that has that.
Well, no, but he said, well, he's $6,000 a month. Wow. Let me see this one.
Okay, well, if you believe that, now it's 5,000. They only got 5,000. I don't know.
I'm just reading it out. That's all. No,
I don't know where he's getting those figures. Obviously, he doesn't know. Hasn't done any homework on what the rental market is. So,
hold on, let's see. Pull up something.
Anyway, that's the difference between the market rate and affordable housing. Is now you've got the government involved.
Yeah. Let me see. Wait, hold on here. Let's see. I'm gonna check out something here. I'm gonna Google something here. What? I should be using Google. The value of a home here in Massachusetts. Yes. We're working with owners.
Dave, what are you willing to pay for a single-family home in Fall River?
If I owned a single-family home.
No, how much are you willing to? No, not if you owned one. I'm saying if you are out in the market looking for a single-family home, how much would you pay for a single-family home in Fall River?
How much would I pay?
Yes.
For a single-family home. Well, right at this rate, I would pay at least $300,000. for one.
Okay. Somebody what was it last night said that the average home in Fall River sells for $500,000.
For 500,000. Well, I'm willing to pay 300,000.
Okay. So people that want to go to live in Fall River are willing to pay $500,000 to live there.
So they are willing to pay. Yeah, I remember
Yes.
that. Well,
because that's the market value.
all right. Okay. So is that so you caught on to that one, right? So that is the market value.
Right. $2.5 million house. Yeah, of course, that makes sense.
Now that makes more sense right there. Yeah, he says I pay $6,000 a month on a $2.5 million house. Well,
But
yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
it can't be in Fall River, but can it be? Do they have a $2.5 million house in Fall River?
Well, if $1 million house in Fall River, if you really want to move to the Highlands over here, you'll find you'll find something like that over here.
Okay, so they do have homes in Fall River that.
Yeah, in the Highlands, though. I'm talking in the Highlands. You know
right,
what I'm saying?
but I'm saying, yeah. Well, I mean, they're all the communities are the same, Dave. Swampscott's the same.
Yeah. Well, it's Massachusetts.
No, they're all the same. Where in a city, you're going to have the expensive area, the middle area, and the low income. You're going to have that.
So if I moved to Swamps, just say if I moved to Swampscott, right? So if I moved to Swampscott and I say, hey, Annalisa, just say you were a real estate agent, okay? And I call you up on the phone and I say, well, Annalisa, I know that you got a 6 tenement house up there in Swampscott, and I'm willing to pay $300,000 for it. Would you sell me that house for 300? Would you let me have that house for 300,000? Huh?
They don't exist.
Why don't they?
They don't have $300,000 homes in Swampscott because because people find the town desirable.
Well, I wouldn't pay that. I won't pay that much up there. I mean, as far as I pay is 300,000. That's it. I am not going to go any higher than that. That is totally impossible.
When you go to a realtor, Dave, you're going to get pre-qualified, which means you're gonna have to prove how much you make.
Well, yeah, and which is I can.
So if they see that you don't have the income to get a $300,000 home, they're not going to find one for you.
Well, then that's when they come in and say, well, let's see if we can get you, see if I can get you can see if we can get approved for a loan out of a bank.
You're always going to get approved from a loan from a bank, Dave.
Of course.
That's what I'm saying when I say you're pre-approved, means you have to go through a bank.
Yeah, pre-approved, yeah. Right. Of course.
Unless you have cash.
Well, I mean, if I have cash, then I ain't gonna need a loan. If I walk in there with cash, say, hey, look, I got $300,000. Here, there's $300,000. I want that house. There's the cash. I'm buying the house, and that's it.
Dave, when you go to a realtor, they're going to automatically assume that you're going to need a bank loan. Period. Whoever comes
I already know that already. That I already know.
Unless you tell them I can pay it for cash. Unless you tell them I can pay it for cash, it's a different story. If you don't, they're gonna.
I would honestly, if I'm gonna buy a house, honestly, if I'm gonna buy a house, right? Honestly, listen to this. If I'm gonna buy a house, I'm gonna save my money, okay? And and I'm not gonna get any bank loans or anything because I'm gonna save it. If I want something, if I want a house, a 6-10 house that bad, I will save my money, okay? Unless I hit the lottery, unless I hit the lottery or I get a scratch ticket and I win. You know what I'm saying?
So now you say you want a home for $300,000, which means you have to put a down payment of $60,000.
Yeah. Well, if I hit that if I hit that much, then yeah, I can. You know what I'm
And
saying?
then you have a mortgage of and then when you do that, you have a mortgage of $240,000.
Yeah, well, then you have to pay the mortgage of $240,000. Yeah.
Right.
No, I get it. I agree. I know. I agree with you. I'm not saying I don't.
But if the homes are selling in Fall River for $500,000, that means that if you really want to get a home, I'm just saying hypothetically, you're going to have to go elsewhere where you can get it for $300,000.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta look around too. You know what I'm saying? You gotta shop around just like you shop around for anything. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta shop around here, different real estate.
You go to another state, Dave, you would be able to find something for $300,000.
If I went to another state, I could find another house for $300,000. Really? Say I moved to Texas, could I find a house over there for $300,000?
Yes.
And good, I can own my own. Good, I can own my own guns and everything too. Yes. So.
Right. Exactly.
I won't even need a house
like you do in Massachusetts. You're not going to have that issue.
Yeah. No, I know. I
in Florida, there's no income tax, so all right. So all the states are different. All states are different. Massachusetts is expensive. That's it.
Yeah. Massachusetts is always going to be expensive. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, unless we find Trump finds a solution, for it not to be.
What happens what happens when a state like Massachusetts becomes so unaffordable for people that are even a middle class might not even be able to afford it? They're going to leave.
Of course. And them are the people that have the money. Them are the people that have the money. You know what I'm saying?
If they go to another state, they will be fine.
Yeah. If they go somewhere else, they'll be fine.
Yes, because
they're not going to be fine here in Massachusetts. Look at on Quikasham Street, right? On Quikasham Street, there's 2 houses built, okay, together like this.
Duplex.
It's a duplex. Well, it's one on. There's one. I should have taken the picture. I probably would have shown you. Maybe you'll probably get a better idea. There is one house over here and one house in the back, like close together, and the roof is like overlapped with the other house. And I looked at that house over there on Quikasham Street. Matter of fact, Linda did. We took a look at it, and we said, "Wow, over there, that house over there, I wouldn't live in it because for one, the other house in the back, the roof is overlapped, and just in case if there was a fire or something, nobody would ever get out because it's so overlapped." Now,
if it's dangerous, then the city would have to do something. They would have to do something about it.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, I mean, we had reported it so many times, and they haven't done nothing. Now, um, next to Durfee Street Shelter, there's another house. There's more houses already built down there, and the garage, the alleyways right here. The garages are right here, and the alleyways right here, and the doors right here. You can't even get in. You can't even get into the garage to go park your car.
What?
Look, and Elisa, I'm going to one day. Okay, if I'm ever down that end, I'm going to take the picture and I'm going to show you, and you're gonna laugh your ass off. Believe it or not, you're gonna say, "How the hell
Yeah,
this
you gotta take
happened?" Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna take the picture. I'm gonna take the picture, and I'm gonna send it to you. You're gonna say,
that's funny.
"What the hell?" I'm gonna take the picture. Well, watch. When I'm down that end, I will take the picture. But anyways, but what I was also saying though, but there is a lot of crime over here though, and I should have. Well, yeah, and
You have
I.
to compare what is a lot of crime. Like, what is a lot of crime?
What is a lot of crime to me? Okay, this is what's a lot of crime to me. Okay, well, at nighttime, okay, when my scanner goes off, okay, you hear a call comes in, okay, um, there's a shooting, stabbing, abductions, kidnapping, uh, and this all it happens at night. These are the call. These are the calls that come
Hey,
in.
I get it, but you have a population of 100,000 people. That's gonna happen.
Well, well, I'm going to say this. Okay, let me say this. Back in the '60s, right, '60s and '70s, I know everything changed, but we never had this problem before.
Yeah,
We
because you
had,
probably didn't have 100,000 people either.
yeah, but we had we had a full staff. We had a full staff police department, right?
Yeah.
We had police officers walking our neighborhoods, right? We did. We had police officers walking our neighborhoods every night, regardless. I mean, we felt like, okay, now we can go out to the stores, we can go places, okay. Police officers, the police officer will come, come up to some. We can go to the stores now, and we can, you know, we can be safe.
I
You know what
know
I'm
it
saying?
was like that everywhere, Dave, but culture has changed.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, culture did
The
change,
culture
and
is not the same anymore. Okay, men and women, married couples don't stay together that much. There's a lot of divorce. The
oh
kids,
yeah, okay.
okay, there are a lot of broken homes, single kids that grow up with single parents. They only have one parent. Father isn't around, or maybe the mother isn't around. You're gonna have screwed up kids, and you're gonna have problems.
Well, let me tell you, my listen. Let me tell you this. My parents. Okay, let me erase all this out of here. My parents. When I was my parents. Okay, my mother split up. You know, my dad for 15 years before my dad passed away. Okay, I mean, I didn't act like those. I didn't act like them kids. I went to school. I did what I had to do in school, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? Came home.
Yeah, but
had
you grew up with your father. You grew up with your father.
I'm my. Well, I really grew up with my. I really grew up with my mother and my grandmother. My grandmother was mostly bringing me up too. So I mean, when I was a kid. I mostly
So
was at my grandmother's house.
you had two people, is what I'm trying to say. You had a direct,
But I mean,
you
well,
learned
if they
from
if
your mother and your
well, when you say there's a lot of divorces, you know what there's, you know why there's a lot of divorces? Because the guys, they cannot, uh, keep it where it belongs. That's why.
no, that the reason why there are divorces is because of money. Is money.
Well, there's money situation.
That's the
Okay.
number one reason they divorce.
Yeah. Well, the money, drugs, and cheating.
Well, yeah, but you lost your father because he passed away, but your father didn't get a divorce.
Well, my parents got divorced. After my parents did but yeah, well, they were divorced before he passed away. You know what I'm saying, yeah, they were divorced for like 15 years. My parents.
Well, how long were you with your father before they divorced?
Oh, I didn't live with my father. I stood with I was brought up between my mother and my grandmother. So in other words, I was actually staying with my grandmother and my mother at the same time.
I'm asking you, how long were you with your father before they got divorced?
I was only like, geez, God. I still with my mother. I didn't go and stay with my dad. Yeah, it's.
How old were you when your parents divorced?
Oh, geez. Oh, I'm 58 now. I'm 58 years old. Jeez. Back in the 60s, I would I want to say around 6 years old.
I was gonna say 6. Okay, so for 6 years you had your father.
Well, for 6 years I had my father.
Living with you.
Well, until after, when
right. But there are a lot of families where the kid is born and the father disappears and there's never a father around.
Well, I can understand that. You know what I'm saying? I can.
And that's where you get your problems for the most part. For the most part, that's where you get your problems.
Yeah, but see, sometimes with the kid, with these young adults, there's no excuse either. You know what I'm saying? With them, the mother's right there. You know what I'm saying? The mother could, handle the situation.
The mother can't do it. No. There has to be a father. There has to be a father. It's not the mother. There has to be two parents. So you're gonna have a messed up society if you don't have both parents in the house. That's it.
Messed up society.
Yeah, and so you've got crime, you've got domestic abuse, you've got violence, you've got all this crap because they're out of control.
Yes, they are. Well, but there's no excuse. There's no excuse for them to go around and destroy people's properties and destroy people's properties. Go in a bus terminal, breaking doors and stuff. There's no excuse for that.
They're punks. They're punks. No, they're punks. And they need to be arrested, and there has to be consequences, or they'll just keep doing it over and over and over again. That's it.
Well, look what happened. Well, look at again. Look what happened to that security guard. You know what I'm saying? But I talked to him today. He's okay. He was at work. He had to take a couple days for himself, so he's okay. He's at work. and he even told me, he said, Dave, he says, thank you for helping me. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for interfering, and coming to my aid and stuff like that. So, and helping,
You don't see what these kids do. Do you see what these kids do? They are testing the waters. They're testing the waters. They are going after the security guard. They're going after the security guard to show their superiority. I'm going to beat this guy up and I'm going to take control.
Well, they won't, because now, just because they're young adults, they could, and now the law requires now that they could be charged as an adult before even they turn 18 years old now.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. They have to be charged, or else they'll just keep on doing it and it'll just get worse. More kids will start doing it if there's no punishment.
Well, SRTA, CERTA, okay, and we kept on telling them telling this too. Look, we don't want no more free bus services anymore. We don't want it, okay? Because they're coming on the bus, they're vaping on the bus. Just like today, I had to tell, Annalise, I had to tell, okay, the bus driver, okay? And I don't know if the bus driver reported it, but I hope he did, because if he didn't, I'm going to be furious. That there was because we were going out because we had errands to do, but I won't say that on the air. And they were back in the bus. They were vaping in the back of the bus.
I'm going to tell you. Hold on for a second, Dave. Hold on. Okay. I'm serious now. I'm serious. You need to consider moving.
Moving out.
Yeah. Yes. You got to move out. Yeah. No. There's no way that you are going to be able to solve the crime problem in Fall River. And you're always worried about who's around you and what they're going to do. Go someplace else.
Well, like you said, I'll just carry mace. That's all. As a matter of fact, I got to go buy something.
You want to stay in Massachusetts. Go to a safer area, and you won't have to worry about any of these things.
I'm not.
So you can move. You can move.
Well, I mean, but I have to take, regardless, I still have to take, I still have to take bus services. You know what I'm saying? So I have to ride the bus. So regardless,
I don't have it doesn't matter. That's not the point. What
I don't have money to move anymore.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is you can find probably another area where you have the access to the bus, but it's safer.
Well, that I would have to talk to Linda about.
Right.
But Linda is not.
Dave, you're not really seriously. You're not going to solve the problems of the city. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Okay. I mean, it's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. So I think the best thing for you to de-stress, to be more relaxed, knowing that you and your family are safer someplace else.
Well, I'd have to talk to Linda about that.
So I'm saying you should consider it, because I think that's what needs to happen, because I think you're very frustrated about what's going on in Fall River.
Well, I mean, but I mean, I'm not frustrated, but what I'm doing is that I have to advocate. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I advocate. and I have to advocate. And matter of fact,
you're not going to change. What I'm trying to say is that you're not going to change. You're not going to change the neighborhood. You're not going to change it.
no, I'm not saying that I'm going to, but
it's good. It's no, that's what you want to do. You want, if this is what it sounds like to me, you want to have a safer neighborhood. You want to be less concerned about when you go out, when your wife goes out, when your son goes out, and you're always looking around to see if anybody's going to come up with a knife or a gun or punch you or whatever.
Well, it's my family. I have to protect my family.
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is that you are always on alert.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I've been like that.
If you go to a safer section, I don't know that area that well, where you have access to a bus, I think you would be more relaxed and find.
Oh, I have access to a bus right over here. I'm saying right down by well, I have access to a bus on.
Well, I'm saying, my point is that is it safer? I think you need to find a safer area. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what it sounds like to me that you want. That's what you want.
I'm not looking for.
I mean, Dave, who does not
we
want
live
to
in we live we live in an apartment. We live in we live in an apartment building where the doors are always locked all the time. The entry doors, you know what I'm saying? So nobody can get in.
I mean, you're describing to me what it is. Of course it's going to be locked. Of course it's going to be locked.
Yeah, I just have to call up. I'll just end up, I mean.
So what I understand what you're trying to do, and it's fine, but I really think you're beating a dead horse. Especially if you want to see less crime, you want to live in a safer neighborhood, you don't want to worry about your family and all that stuff, but you're not getting that.
I'm not going to run from it either.
No, and no, I'm not saying that you're going to run, because if people are not willing to change, and I've said it before, it's pointless.
Well, we're the people. I'm saying we're the people that we have to make a change. Okay, we have to. We're the people. We have to make a change.
Yeah, but you're not going to change a liberal's point of view, David. You're not going to do that. It's not.
Well,
it's impossible unless they see it for themselves. Then they can change. But if they don't see it, what's the point?
Well,
I've seen some of the comments that come on here, David, and to me, it seems like that a lot of the people are liberal.
I see. Well, okay, this guy here is a conservative. This guy here is a conservative. I know him.
I know, but I'm not talking about conservatives. I'm talking about the liberals. I'm talking about the liberals, not the conservatives.
All right. I'm just saying.
Liberals are going to fight you, Dave, tooth and nail on your philosophy of what you think it is.
And then we have to. Then we fight back. We fight back. I mean.
Yeah, but the problem with Massachusetts is that you're the minority. You're the minority.
Well, we fight back over. What the hell? Prostitution.
Right.
Eric Bias. Eric.
I don't know. I don't know how. I don't understand either. I don't understand how these nice cities turned into garbage. I just don't get it.
Well, they, you know something. I'm gonna, Annalisa. I lived in a Flint all my life. Okay, you know, I lived in a Flint all my life. Matter of fact, my uncle and my aunt Cynthia, before she passed away, her husband used to own a secondhand store on Pleasant Street. And my grandmother used to live on Massasoit Street. Uh, my and my and I used to live on Flint Street. Matter of fact, I live the next street over from Flint Street, and I used to live on Flint Street. And I remember having we remember having a Portuguese store across the street, and we used to go there, and we used to go there all the time, right? And we used to, you know, my mom used to go there and get the, you know, get the bologna, get the bread, the ham, you know what I'm saying? Right from the butcher.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, awesome, man. I love it when when I see that that wrap on the when I see that the butcher wrapping up the ham and stuff using butcher paper. And you know, and every time, you know what I'm saying, because we used to trade from that store all the time on Pleasant Street. And ever since that went, everything else went downhill over there. You know.
Yeah, and it's the government, Dave, that ruins the neighborhood.
Yeah, I know.
It's their policies, and it's the Democrat liberal policies that are ruining the towns and the cities in Massachusetts, and people keep voting them in over and over and over again, as we said before, and we don't understand why when everything is going to the dumps.
Well, you know something, they want sanctuary cities. And they want sanctuary cities, and Trump don't want sanctuary cities.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, they don't want that. I don't want sanctuary cities either.
Why do you think Massachusetts is such a mess?
It's a cesspool over here.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But again, why do the people keep voting in the same idiots?
And I keep asking that same question myself. You know, even when I'm outside, I ask that question.
I'm going to give you
Again, well, what?
Statistics. I'm going to give you a statistic, Dave, that I found out yesterday. I'm
Go
going to
ahead.
give you a statistic, okay?
All right, go ahead.
Massachusetts is the 50th state. We have 50 states. Massachusetts is the 50th state, the last state for job growth.
Really?
Yes.
Can you send me that statistic so I can talk about it? You don't mind? Oh, she froze up. All right. It's gonna come back. Yeah, she froze up. What just happened? Oh, lovely. Yep. All right. Well, anyways, people, thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. I have to go. I have to get up for work tomorrow morning. and but I'll be on Wednesday. We'll have another person coming on Wednesday, and so take it easy, everyone. Have a great night, and I'll see you on Wednesday with another episode, because I'm going to be. There's another person that wants to come on, and they want to. So when they want to talk about some stuff too. So take it easy, everybody. This is Dave Mead for Media News. Again, I want to thank Annalisa for coming on, and we can again. So thank you, Annalisa, for coming on, and I'll see you, and I will, because she'll be coming on every. Every second Wednesday of the month. So take care, everybody. Have a great night. And I also want to thank everybody for watching. Eric Dias, Hunter, thank you. And Scotland Donnelly too, because I know he was on earlier. Thank you all for watching.